Hello, Jessica. Are you working? Do you have a permit to do that?
I
Hate that piece of trim.
Permits yet.
No. We asked if we need any permits to paint trim, and somebody told us, no, we don't need that permit. But you need to let us in your house anyway. Which brings us to the subject to discuss today, which is one of my favorite things: no victim, no crime. Or as I like to say, there is one law. That one law is very simple. Do not infringe on the rights of another. Now, a lot of people have said that we just broke the law by not getting our proper permits, and we don't like to follow the law of the land. That's what they said, right?
Asking permission.
We didn't ask permission, which that'll be a different subject later we'll talk about. But right now I want to focus on the idea of whether a crime was committed or not, what constitutes a crime being committed or a law broken or a violation. Because people said, you broke the law. You broke the law by not asking. Saying, well, here's the thing. And I'm of the same mind as a lot of people, and it's really simple. If there's no victim, there can be no crime. Now, many legal experts will argue against that and say that that's not the way law works and that's not the way it is. But that doesn't matter what they say. I'm just making a logical argument and what the purpose of law is, which that kind of brings us into another subject I might talk about more, is like, what's the purpose of government, right? What's the purpose of government, Jessica? People think it's for safety, right? What is it really?
Most people just say for roads.
For roads? No, that's a whole different argument. The purpose of government is to protect our rights. That's why government exists in America, to protect our individual rights as real people in the world, real humans. Like most places at the time when the Constitution was drafted, you didn't have rights. Like you were just subjected to the king. And so a government was created that was designed not to keep people safe. Freedom is scary and it can sometimes be dangerous, but to protect people's right to liberty. That's the purpose of government. And the follow-up to that is that whole point I just made. If there's no victim, there should be no crime. But it's interesting in a situation like this because we were here doing our own thing. You can see she's painting some trim. You can see the house is getting some work done on it. We have a lot of material in here, so don't freak out about that. Just the material's not necessarily all for this house. But I mean, it is trim. It's not like it's like we're building an addition. Like it's just to fix what was already here. But the thing is, who's the victim? If I don't get a permit, who's the victim? There is no victim. You can't argue that there's a victim in that case. You could maybe create an abstract that says, well, if you did it wrong, maybe somebody would have a bad product and that would be a victim. No, because before anyone purchases a house like this, or if someone rents this house, they get to see it and they get to decide if it's good enough and they can have inspections done. So still, no victim there. Even if you wanted to make an abstract argument like that. So, of course, my phone is ringing. Hopefully, Brandon gets it, I guess. Yeah, I guess he got it. Stupid thing. Anyway, so who's the victim? I'm the victim. Like, I don't play victim. My wife doesn't play victim. But at the end of the day, we were minding our own business. And someone came along and said, you have to let me in your house. You have to pay me money. If you don't pay me money, I'm going to punish you in some way. I'm going to take something from you. I'm going to hurt you in some way. I'm going to make your life more miserable. You must do this at the threat of there being a consequence if you don't. You have to pay me. You have to let me in your house without a warrant. You have to let me search and make sure that you're not doing anything wrong. Even though you have no real accuser that you've done anything wrong. There's no idea that you've actually committed a crime of any kind. It's just you didn't give us the money that we think we're owed for doing nothing. I mean, it's as simple as that. And if we're American, which we are, like I know people don't respect what they call foreigners in Tennessee if you're not from around here. But if we're American, we have to agree that the reason that we have this Constitution is not to protect government entities who try to steal from individuals, but to protect the people who government entities try to steal from. And that makes us, for lack of a better term, the victim in the situation. So if there was a crime, we're the victim. Otherwise, there was no law broken, no crime, nothing of the sort. Because doing work without permits, even if it needed a permit, which most of the work didn't, there's no victim. I mean, you can give me your thoughts all you want on that. I'll listen.